As a rapper that's trying to come up, you're going to face a lot of obstacles along the way. And a lot of these obstacles are going to be outside of you. They're going to be external things like money, other people, the economy, the world, everything like that. But then there's going to be struggles that you face that are internal struggles. And those are a little bit harder to overcome.
You know that we coming liars. I'ma keep praying to God, tell those little niggas stop it. Tell my mama that I got this. You know that we coming liar.
What's going on? It's Pimp Fried Rice. Welcome to the Music into Millions podcast, the show where we give independent rappers the tools and resources needed to be successful without waiting on a record label. Like I said, guys, we all as rappers face struggles. Whether those struggles are internal, whether those struggles are external, we all have some type of obstacle that we have to overcome in order to achieve our dreams. Now, the external obstacles, yes, while they're hard, it's a little bit easier for you to be able to get away from those and overcome those because one, it's usually something that's not barraging you all throughout the day, and two, it's usually something that you have an outside perspective towards because it's not directly happening to you. But the internal struggles that we face are a little bit more difficult to deal with because a lot of times it's your own brain is the one that's attacking you, it's your self-doubt, it's all these other things that are just coming at you and attacking you, and it's hard to overcome that when you feel like it's coming at you from all angles all the time. And now a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about on this list, I struggle with personally or have struggled with in the past, and I figured it was a really great point to talk about these things because these are all things that you're going to face at one point or another along your music career. You may not have faced any of them now, or you might be going through all of them right now, but these are all things that you're going to face, so let's talk about them. That way, when you do come up to them, you know what to expect and how you can overcome them. The first internal struggle that rappers deal with is a lack of self-confidence. Now, as a rapper, you need to have confidence. Obviously, whenever people think about rappers, they think about the bravado, they think about the guys who are like, man, I'm the shit, I got all these ladies, I got all these jewels, I got all this money. Like, that's the typical rapper appearance. But what we're actually starting to see more and more is a group of rappers out there that are very emotional and they're okay with wearing their heart on their sleeve, but they're also showing a lack of self-confidence that a lot of these older rappers used to show. And whether or not these old rappers were putting on this face just for show so that way people didn't really see what's going on in their minds and in their hearts and stuff, that's what its own thing. But I'm seeing a lot of young rappers nowadays have a really low lack of self-confidence. Well, when you have a lack of self-confidence, one of the best ways to overcome that is really to just boost yourself up, look at the accomplishments that you've already done, and look at the little victories, which I've talked about in other videos before, where you need to celebrate the little victories, because if you don't, when you're chasing a goal as big as the one that we're chasing, it can feel like you're not making any progress, which really hurts your self-confidence. Another internal struggle that you will probably face as a rapper is the need to be perfect. I struggled with this one for the longest time. There are still times nowadays where I'm listening to my music, I'm like, I could fix this one little thing, or I could fix that one little thing. And if you have this mindset of just nitpicking all of your songs or all of your marketing campaigns or everything that you do, you're never going to get anything out into the world because you're going to be so obsessed with, I got to fix this detail, I got to make this seem a little bit better, I got to bring this up to par. You don't want to get caught behind the wall of perfectionism trying to get around it because it is a hard wall to get over. You'll just sit there with countless unreleased songs, countless unreleased projects, countless things that aren't getting done because you're just like, I gotta have it perfect before the world sees it. I hate to break it to you, but nothing will ever be perfect. There are times when things will be good, there are times when things will be great, but there will never be a time when things are perfect. There will be times when things are amazing and super close to perfect, but it will never be there. So you need to get that out of your head right now. I still struggle with that. I still want things to be perfect, but I realize it's better to just do and put it out into the world than to struggle with trying to be a perfect person. Now this next one is a huge one, especially if you're the type of person like me and wants everything right now, is impatience. When you have a big goal like this and you're chasing after something that is going to take years, months, a long period of your time, you have to learn how to have patience. But the thing is, you got to have a proper balance of patience and knowing that it will come in time, but also hard work to balance out with that patience. Because if you're just being patient and you're sitting there, but you're not doing anything, your goal is not going to come to you. You're not just going to magically achieve your dream someday because you were patient. You need to have patience while you're working hard. So you need to still be putting in the time, putting in the effort, growing, leveling up, all these different things, but be patient that the results will come. That one is huge. I know it's a lot of times we will, especially with our phones giving us everything we want right now, and Amazon giving us everything we want right now, and Netflix. Everything in this world is designed to give us what we want when we want it. You need to learn to have patience so that way you can stick out the long road that you're going to need to face in order to achieve your goal of being a successful independent rapper. This next one is huge as well, and that is self-doubt. I know you guys have probably felt this before because I know I felt this on countless occasions. I actually feel like with this one, I kind of go through waves where it's like I'll have a couple months where I'm just like, yeah man, I'm the shit, my music is great, I only can write hits, like all I do is great and amazing. And then I'll go through like a month right after that or 2 months right after that where I'm just like, man, I'm shit, I can't do this, like why am I even trying so hard? People don't care, people don't want to see me. And it beats me up from the inside, all this self-doubt that I have. And that's something that as you get better at your craft and as you keep going, it will diminish more and more. And I've actually done a video on self-doubt as well, so I'll link that so you guys could check it out because it's way more in detail than what I'm talking about now. But the bigger you get and the better you get with your craft, the less self-doubt you're going to have. But I don't think self-doubt is something that ever goes away. I've struggled with self-doubt my whole life. It does get smaller, but it doesn't fully ever go away, at least from my experience. If you guys experience where you've never had self-doubt, let me know in the comments down below because that is awesome because self-doubt really sucks. It does. The next one that rappers struggle with internally is discipline. No one is going to tell you, you have to work on your music, you have to try to get your goals, you have to do this, you have to do that. Especially because being a rapper is not like a regular job. It's not like we're a boss looking over your shoulder just like, did you do your work today? Did you get that paperwork done? Did you make sure you finish this? No one cares if you do that stuff as a rapper. You're the only one that cares or is affected if your stuff does not get done. So you need to learn to have this discipline and just learn to say no. When your friends are going out to the bar and having a good time, but you know you need to work on your project, you need to be okay with saying no. Have the discipline to be like, guys, I can't go out tonight. I have some other things that are a priority. I'll catch up with you guys next week. I gotta knock out this project. The better you get at learning how to discipline yourself, the more you'll get done, the faster you'll achieve your goals. Another internal struggle is time management, and this kind of ties into discipline. If you're not disciplined, you're not going to have good time management. You got to be okay with saying no to people. You have to be okay with blocking time out for certain things. Like if you have free time throughout the day, that doesn't mean you get video game time, doesn't mean you get Netflix time or cell phone time. That's time that you need to dedicate to your music career. And again, no one's going to be over your shoulder like, did you do this today? Did you do that today? No one cares. You need to be disciplined to have that good time management skill so that way you can get done everything you need to get done in a timely manner. There's a lot of hats that rappers need to wear, a lot of things that rappers need to get done. So if you're not managing your time properly, you're going to get buried under all the tasks that you have to do. Next are these two I kind of grouped together. It's fear, but there's two different types of fear. There's fear of failure and there's fear of success. The fear of failure is basically you're so afraid of failing that you do everything in your power to succeed, which is not a bad thing. That's good because that's going to push you towards your goals, but that's an internal struggle that rappers are going to face, is the fear of failing. Like, oh my God, I have to make everything work out because I can't let people see me, down and out. I can't let people see me not winning. I can't let people see me not achieve this. That fear of failure is so big for some people that they're like, I can't release it because it's not perfect. I don't want to fail. I don't want this album to flop. Or I can't go on tour because I don't want to, fall off stage and embarrass myself. That is a real thing. People are afraid of failing. But then there's also people who are afraid of success. And that means they're just the type of people that are like, what if this works out? And what if I get so big that I never get to hang out with my friends again? Or what if I get so big that I get a lot of money and people start to ask me for a bunch of shit and I can't have any real friends anymore because people are always going to try and, use me for stuff. And that's a real thing too. People are afraid of success and they actually put themselves into this hole where they sabotage everything that they do so that way they don't have a chance of succeeding. You don't want to be this guy. You don't want to be the one who's literally shooting yourself in the foot every new project you try and put out because you don't actually want to succeed. You're afraid of what that success looks like. Success is a good thing. You should not be afraid of it. And failing is a good thing because failing is what leads you to success. So don't be afraid of either one of these two. Another big one that we face as rappers is loneliness. I know personally I deal with this a lot because I don't hang out with a lot of friends. I'm constantly working, constantly making videos, making beats, stuff like that. So a lot of my time is spent in front of a computer or networking with people who I'm not really seeing their face. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook. So I don't really have a lot of real human interaction besides like my girlfriend and my family that I see on like Sundays and stuff like that, and then Dre, who we hang out throughout the week. But that's whatever. I don't really see too many people, so it's like it gets really lonely. I feel like I'm the only one doing this. I feel like there's a lot of days where it's like I can't talk to anybody. I feel like no one understands the things that I'm going through. But that is not true at all. There's so many other rappers in the same boat as you that actually feel the same way as you. And if you want to find out what other rappers are feeling like, you want to be involved with other rappers who are along the same journey as you, hit the link down below and join the Music Into Millions Discord, because it's filled with other independent rappers just like yourself who's trying to see themselves succeed and win, but they're also facing a lot of the same struggles internally and externally that you are. It's okay to be lonely, but just remember, you are not alone. There are other people in this world chasing the same thing that you are, and they feel the exact same way that you do. And the last one that we face as rappers that's difficult internally is staying motivated. There's a lot of distractions in this world, even in your pocket. There's your cell phone, there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's outside, like for me, there's skateboarding, especially on a beautiful day like today. I'm probably gonna go do that as soon as I'm done filming this video. But staying motivated is super hard. You need to really have your goals in order and know this is what I want to achieve, and have the discipline, like we talked about earlier, in order to stay motivated. Otherwise, you're going to stop being motivated, you're going to lose that motivation, and you're just going to eventually slow down to the point to where you're not working on your career anymore. You don't want to get to that point. You want to make sure you're always working towards your goals. With that being said, guys, if you face them, hopefully this has given you some insight into other people having these issues as well. You are not alone. You're not the only person. We all struggle with this as a rapper. Hopefully this helped you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.